Okay. Students, I hope everyone understood what we discussed the last class. Yes, is there any doubt, students? These are only the basics. Okay, how the computer will be, what for we need a computer, what are the important things we should learn, what computer do, what is the difference between human being and a computer. Okay, everything we discussed yesterday. Okay, we are today also I am going to continue the basics. Okay, from Thursday we are going to start the class. Okay, that is we are going to start a little bit with all the syllabus. Anyway, this 1 month we are going to discuss all the basics. Okay, but fully related to our 11th standard and 12th standard syllabus. Okay, students, everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So for these 3 days, you don't need to take any uh, notes. Okay, this will be very easy. Even though if you are having a exam for this, also you can everyone can write. Okay, just to listen the class. From Thursday, we are going to start the syllabus. Okay. So with this, we finished yesterday. So what is the advantages over human being? Okay, so it works very high speed. It has a high storage and it gives more accuracy and it helps you for communication. Okay, you can communicate with everyone in the entire world. Okay, then you should know the important terms about the computer. The first is reliability, then consistency, then versatility. Okay, anyone know what is reliability? Students, students, anyone know what is reliability? Anyone
No,
try,
sir.
students? Yes, Uday Kumar.
Sir, it can reproduce, sir, again.
No,
Mm.
not the exact meaning. The reliability means that you can trust more. Okay, so you should trust more. Okay, it will not affect you. That it will not give you mistake any time. Okay, so it always give you the correct result with high accuracy. Okay, so reliability means trustworthy. That is the word. Everyone understood what is reliability?
Yes, sir.
So in Tamil we can say that is nambagatanmai. Okay, you can trust that very well more than any other device. Okay, then what is consistency? Students, what is consistency?
சார் அதோட சார் ஒரு பொருள் இருக்குன்னா அதோட தன்மை சார்.
What tanmai? No. Okay, tanmai.
எபிலிட்டி
Okay,
சார்.
but that is like a property. But consistency means, so consistency means always it gives the correct. Okay, always that is consistent means you are consistently you are saying right. Okay, like this we can say. Okay, so consistent means always it gives a good result and a correct result. Okay, then what is versatility? Students, what is versatility? Shiva Dharanish. Anyone know what is versatility?
சார் it changing the one thing into another thing, sir.
One thing to another. Okay. So we can say like exactly like it supports all the departments. Okay, not only a single department, not only it used for calculation, it supports all the departments in this world. Okay, with this you can work with every department in this entire world. Now no, you cannot take this computer from any department in this entire world. Okay, so that is versatility. It works with all the departments. Students understood? So reliability means trustworthy. Consistency means you always get the output well, okay, always. Then versatile remains it supports all the departments, okay, that is multiple departments it's supporting, okay. So and then where we are using these computers, okay, this everyone know we are using everywhere in this world, okay. So we are using in a home, we are using in medical field, in scientific work, business, education field, bank, everything, in government sector, private sector, everywhere we are using these computers, okay. Students understood? We are using everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Then if everything has some disadvantage and limitations. Okay. So even everything, because if you have a good in something, it also have some bad. Okay. So what we should know about these things, the some few things we should understand. This computer cannot do what human being do. Okay. So most important is it cannot think. Okay, whatever you are giving instruction, it can perform. Okay, it cannot think and do by its own. Okay, students understood? That is the
Yes, sir.
limitation. Then it cannot feel any feelings. Okay, like the climate changes or general feelings, our emotions, it cannot feel anything. Okay, you already know on film in Tamil. Okay, that is Indiran. They tried that robot for giving all the things. Okay, it cannot think, it cannot feel. Okay, everything they explained, but even that is for a film, they shown something, but you cannot expect that from the real time. Okay, so that is manipulated things. Okay, then disadvantages. It gives some disadvantages like a health risk. Okay, so we have some eye problem or we have some heat problem, something about this disadvantage. Okay, then violation of privacy. So your data must be a privacy one. Okay, so you should secure those things, otherwise it will become violated by anyone. Okay, so you should keep those things in private. Okay, then impact on labor force. So what is this labor force? See, in those days, so many people are worked in the uh, every offices. Okay, but nowadays by the help of computer, so many people lost their job. Okay, because it performs very fast, it gives accurate result. This is used for printing purpose. It helps, it works in always. Okay, because whenever the changes in the that is update in this industry, this computer also updating. So but human being does not know how to update themselves, it takes time. So they are using computer so that it are impacting in the labor force. So many peoples are losing their job. Okay, then it impacts on environment. Okay, so everything in a computer means it getting developed very much compared to other area. So it affects the environment also. Okay, for example, if you want to take the printout, you think where the paper come from. So it comes from a tree. So they every day they are cutting the trees for printing the papers. Okay, so that is a one type of environment loss. Okay, like this it impacting on many kinds of environment. Okay, then public safety, this is also a disadvantage because we are giving all the information in the internet. So it should be in safe. Okay, sometimes some hackers, everyone know what is about hacking. So you can access, that is hackers can access anyone's data without their permission. Okay, so this will be under this uh, safety measures. Okay, so these are the things you should consider when we go for entire computer things. Okay, but anyway, when comparing disadvantage and advantage, the advantages are very much more. Okay, you cannot compare with these things to any other. So that everyone using computers and computer related technologies. Okay, then again I am going to ask you why computers. Okay, now we discussed everything. Now tell me why we need a computer. Students, what are the things it can do? Yes, you can see the screen also. You can explain me what are the things it can do. Students, everyone, try to tell the answer.
So it
By
gives consistent answers, sir.
okay, and what are the area it is using? Okay, so you see the screen. These are the different areas, but by having one computer, you don't need these things. Okay, so see, there are some 10 things, but you don't need these things when you are having a computer with you. Okay, so you can write a document, you can save it, you can mail it, everything. Okay, you can print the statement, you need a typing, everything you do with the keyboard. Okay, so the pencil works also not needed when you are having a computer. Then painting, that is also possible when you are having some paint applications or Photoshop or everything. Okay, so then uh, see, this is the equipment we use in the engineering. Okay, so everyone know what is for making circle or arc. You know, need this. They are having some special applications to draw
Rounding.
everything. Okay, for cutting, this is also having some design oriented things. Everything under the some applications. Okay, for calculation, there is a inbuilt calculators also there, and so many applications for calculating everything. Okay, and there is no need of phone. If you are having a computer with you, you can call anyone by using a Skype video calling or whatever application you are having. You can communicate with anyone. Okay, and no need of postal works. You can simply mail anyone. Okay, so not only this, we are having a lot of applications. We don't need any other devices like mobiles, then song recorders. Okay, a lot of applications are inbuilt with the computer. You can add anything. If you're having in a single computer, you don't need any of these other devices. Okay, students understood the purpose of single computer. Everyone understood why we need a computer?
Yes.
Yes, yes, thank you. Then for that, I am going to discuss about the history of computer in very deep. Okay, you can note it down these things. Okay, it may help you for your future, not for our 11th and 12th syllabus, but it can help you for your future. Okay, you can take the screenshot or you can note it down in your note. Okay, rough note, that is enough. Okay, so Thursday only you are going to start a classwork note. Okay, students understood? So these are the generations. Now we are in the fifth generation. Okay, but we should know what happened from the zeroth generation and the first generation. Okay, now we are in fifth generation, right? But what happened in the zeroth generation? Zeroth means that is from 1642 to 1945. Okay, so they are splitting every year. That is some 10 years or 20 years to some range, that is in the generation wise they are splitting. Okay, so zero generation, those days the devices are very big. Okay, I will show you what the computer look like. See, this is a calculating device in the zeroth generation. Okay, so like abacus device, they just used this. If you press any of this button, it will do at least one operation. Okay, at least it will do addition operation or subtraction or division like this. But it having very less storage. You can store minimum 10 instructions, maximum 10 instructions. That's all. Okay, students understood. This is a device they used in the during 1945 and before. Students, do you got any idea about this device? Okay, no one saw this in real life. Okay, this will This is the first starting device, because a computer means a computing device that do a calculation. Okay, that's all. It is the first thing they started. Okay, then the first generation, you see this is the device. Okay, in this below figure you can see the device. That device is very very big. I show you the properties. Okay, you can see. So in 1946, the first electronic computer ENIAC. Okay, ENIAC means electronic numerical integrator and calculator, was developed by Mr. J. Presper Eckert and Mr. John Manuchley at the University of Pennsylvania. Okay, it uses 18,000 vacuum tubes, and it cost was five $500,000. Okay, that is very much expensive. Okay, and it weight about 30 ton. Okay, you cannot take from your single hand. Okay, so you cannot move that computer. Okay, so it will be like a whole building. Okay, on single computer looks like a whole building, and it produces large amount of heat. The speed also very very slow when compared to current generation. Okay, it occupied a 30 by 50 foot space. Okay, it is look like a one big bus. Okay, bus like structure. Okay, that is what the computer look like. So see the diagram, that figure below. This is the first generation computer. Students, everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can note down these things. Okay, because they will ask sometime, because it will be help for your future. Okay, so anyway, whatever the degree you are choosing after this 12th standard, it will come for you. Okay, so see, it weighs 30 ton. Okay, you cannot move. You can just integrate everything, and you can keep within your any single building. That's all you can do. That's all. Okay, that is during the year 1946. Okay, it having 18,000 vacuum tubes. Through vacuum tube only they are generating all the instructions. They are performing all the instructions, but it is fast compared to previous generation. That is a zeroth generation, but it is very very slow compared to current generation. Okay, understood everyone? Let's go to next generation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, then the second generation, the vacuum tubes are replaced by transistors. Okay, so transistors you can see in this diagram. So these are the transistors, many transistors you can see uh, in a physics lab, or if you go for engineering you can see these transistors and resistors that help you for fast performing. Okay, the speed and performance was improved in this generation comparing to first generation. Okay, anyway the speed is very slow compared to current generation, but it is somewhat speed that is faster than first generation. Okay, the size, price and heat produced reduced by using transistors. Okay, everything is reduced with the first generation computers. Okay, students understood? This is the computer. Okay, it does it does all the calculations faster than first generation, and the size of the computer also very much small compared to first generation, and the price also small, very less, and heat produced also so much reduced compared to first generation computer. Okay, students understood?
Yes.
In the first generation they used a vacuum tube. Okay, this is the most important thing. In second generation they used a transistor for calculating the operations. Okay, then the third generation, the transistors are the device already we used, that was replaced by integrated circuits, IC. Okay, ICs everyone know. Now also you can see in this your motherboard. Okay, that is called integrated circuit. There are large number of circuits where components are fabricated together. Okay, integrated together, that is called integrated circuit. Okay, see thousands of electronic components on single silicon chip, that is called IC. Okay, so everyone heard about this name, ICs, IC. Okay, for whatever the problem coming under in your device, or whatever the device, They said, sir, IC having a problem, so we have to change the IC like that. So even in a TV, fridge, everything having ICs. Okay, it controls everything, all the operations. Okay, so using this drastic reduction in the size of the computer. See, the size of the computer is very small. You can take it with your hand. Okay, and the speed and performance also high, and heat produce also very much reduced compared to second generation of computer. Okay, so they are slightly improving from every generation. So compared to first generation, second generation is very good, but compared to second generation, the third generation is so much good. Okay, so like this they are improving slowly. Okay, but note down the year 1966 to 1970, they used this third generation computer using integrated circuits. Okay, students, understood?
Yes.
Yes. See, now just now we are reached 1970. Okay, so then we should know about next generation, that is fourth generation. Here ICs are replaced by large scale integrated circuits. Okay, that is compared to that previous generation. Here they used more number of components in a single silicon chip. Okay, that it is low cost, small size, and it doing high performance, and heat also reducing. Here nothing changes, but we the performance is very high. Okay, same kind of ICs, but large scale integrated circuit. Okay, so that is in a single chip, it contains a large number of components. Okay, the only speed is increased with cost also reduced. Okay, then the fifth generation, that is the computer we are using. You can see in this diagram. Okay. So here the large scale integrated circuits are replaced by very large scale integrated circuits. Even the size of the circuits are getting very small, so that you can place large number of components in a single chip. Okay. So here compared to the previous generations, the size also reduced and the cost also very less, and performance also very high. Okay, this is the fifth generation, that is from 1980 to present generation. Okay, students, understood?
Yes.
Yes, I hope everyone got some idea. Okay, so this is about generation of computer, that is a history. Okay, so now we are in the current generation, that is fifth generation. This is a computer, but you can compare the fifth generation also. Okay, so during 1980 the computer may be like this. Okay, but now we are having a very fastest computers. Even you are having the super computers. Okay, that is very very fast. You are using the Google website, no, that is working under super computers, so that only you are getting all the informations very fast. Okay, so the performance of the supercomputer is very very fast compared to our normal personal computer. Okay, students, everyone understood? Even though everything in the fifth generation, but the speeds are varying. Students, everyone understood? Students,
Yes, sir.
everyone listening? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, then we are going to something real. Okay, so now we know the generation. Then we are going to learn about some terms related to computer, and for our syllabus we are, these are things included in our syllabus also, but these are the general things you can know. Okay, you should know what are the terms related to computer. So it is mainly divided into two types, that is one is hardware, another one is software. Okay, so what is hardware and software? Anyone know, students? What is hardware, what is software?
So hardware means we can touch, sir. Software means it is uh, digital
Software means,
computer.
yeah, digital computer. Okay,
Say
so
it is
you
in
cannot touch but you
software
can
means
feel.
it
Okay,
is in
yes, you cannot touch but you can feel. Those datas are available in that particular area, like that you can feel, right? That is called a software. Hardware means whatever the things related to computer you can touch, that is physically you can touch, that is called a hardware. Okay, so even it may be a computer, monitor, CPU, keyboard, mouse, cables, everything, even a single IC is also everything coming under hardware. Okay, whatever present inside the computer, that storage area. Okay, you cannot touch, but you can feel that everything available in that particular storage. Okay, so everything comes under software. Students understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, very good. So these are the important term you should learn. Okay, so you can take the notes also. So hardware means you can touch. Okay, physically you can touch, see, physically you can feel. Okay, but software means you cannot touch physically, but you can think logically. Those data are available in that particular storage area. Okay, so then what are the things coming under hardware? That is, hardware refers to computer's physical components. Physical means you can touch. Physically you can touch. So what are the things? So computer case. Case means that cover which enveloped the CPU. Okay, that covered the CPU. CPU everyone knows, right? Then monitor, keyboard and mouse, disk drive, zip drive, CD-ROM, DVD, then hard drive, memory, RAM memory, speakers, printers. So everything you can see and everything you can touch. Okay, these are the components called hardwares. Okay, students understood? These are the
Yes, sir.
hardware components. Okay, then what are the softwares? What are the softwares you know? Students, anyone? Any idea? Any software? Anyone? Anybody know what is software? Any example?
The program.
What? Tell again.
So program.
No, tell again. This is not clear.
So programs, sir.
Programs. That is what I'm asking. What is the example? Anybody? Any software name you know? Students, anybody? Software names? If I show means everyone know. Okay, but I'm asking before itself without showing. I'm asking. Anybody tell the example for softwares? Example software.
Chrome, sir, Chrome, sir.
Yes, Google Chrome. Very good. So like this, there are a lot of applications. Okay, everyone playing their games now. That is also a software.
Right.
Okay, the Paint software, calculator, everything comes under softwares. Okay, so the softwares are the set of instructions that directs hardware to accomplish a task. Okay, so without software, any hardware will not work. Okay, no hardware will not won't work without a software. Software are the instructions. Okay, you can see we are having in a real time also we are having a fan. Okay, you are having a fan. Okay, so how the fan runs, students? So here fan is a hardware. Okay, so which one runs the fan, students? Students, anyone tell me what is the reason why fan rotating? Students?
Electricity.
Yes,
Sir, motor is
electricity.
present there.
Yes, electricity is the right thing. Okay, electricity controls it. Okay, so electricity is the reason it controls. Okay, so whenever the electricity is switched on, the fan gets running. Okay, so here electricity is like a software, fan is a hardware. Okay, both the things need to work so that we can get a that usage. Okay, so the without electricity, fan is unusable. Okay, and without fan the electricity also unusable, like that. So without hardware the software is unusable, and without software hardware also unusable. So you need both the things to work together to help us. Okay, students, understood?
Yes.
Both hardware and
Yes, sir.
software uh, to work together so that only it will work properly, otherwise no things will work. Okay, so if software only works means you without hardware you cannot see what it happening. Okay, so without monitor you don't know what is happening in the inside. Okay, even though it is running, you don't know what is happening. Okay, so these are the types of softwares. Okay, classifications. system software, application software, and utility software. Okay, system software means that software already installed in the computer for execution. Okay, so it will be like a interface between user and the that is the hardware and the application software. Okay, interface, that is the intermediate between, see, this is the system software, it is intermediate between the hardware and the application software. Okay, so everything we will discuss in the next slides, you can understand clearly. Okay, what is system software? Okay, it controls all components of a computer, and it will be a interface between user and the hardware. Okay, user means we are the user, we using the computer. Okay, so in between we and the hardware, that will be act as a interface. Okay, whatever the you need, it will get information from the computer and shows you. Okay, either it may be a display or a document printout or a sound or audio video, anything, it will be act as a interface. Okay, it controls all the components of a computer. System software is responsible for controlling all the components. Okay, then the next one, application softwares. Okay, application softwares everyone know. So that is like paint software, calculator, games, MS Excel, MS Word, everything we are using now, this is called application softwares. Okay, this is used for some specific purpose. Okay, MS Word means that will be used only for creating the documents. Okay, paint for only drawing purpose. Okay, MS Excel, this is for creating tabular column. This game only for playing some particular games. This is for some specific purpose. Okay, those are called application softwares. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then the third one is utility software. Utility software, I show you what is the utility. Is used to remove any problem or solve a complex situation in a computer. Okay, so whatever, because the computer also having so many problems when you are doing lot of things, when you are connecting with the internet, it having some virus. So like this, it having some lot of problems, so it having some utility softwares. For example, say antivirus software, security softwares, data recovery, backup utility, these are some utility softwares. Okay, it used to remove any problem or solve a complex situation in computer. Okay, so everyone understood, students, what is meant by hardware and software?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will finish it with this thing. Okay, so students, just to understand what is computer, why we need computer, what are the features, uh, what is the general thing, what about the history of a computer. Okay, what we are going to study in 11th and 12th standard, how much it helps about this basic things. Okay, everything we should learn. Okay, we should remember everything when you are doing a program. Okay, anyway, we are going to learn some programming languages. So tomorrow the class will be like 50 percentage of this basics, and next 50 percentage of discussing the syllabus of 11th standard and 12th standard. Okay, so tomorrow we will finish with these basic things. Then from Thursday we will start our uh, syllabus oriented classes. Okay, students, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So thank you, I hope everyone understand today's class. Thank you everyone, we will see you in the next class.